Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second day, the episode 2 of Broke But Not Broken in the Revin's Unfiltered Diary to Survive. I'm probably not going to say the whole thing every day, but since it's just the beginning. And I realized yesterday when I edited the video, and it was super late. I think I finished the editing at 1 in the morning. And I realized that the whole point of making this series videos, this diary, and to share, and what is available to hear from episode 1 kind of reason that was given in the video are not clear enough and are not detailing enough for any one of you to really understand and to see the points. And it's because it was recording in the beginning, the first video. And I didn't know that actually the phone is gonna only record 9 minutes and stop. So the reason the whole thing was said before, but it was way too late for me to record. Anyway, so this is gonna be said now. Why am I doing this series video? It's because after those 2 years spending at Playa del Carmen here in Mexico at healing myself every day and focusing on myself, which was the goal and is still the main goal. But at the same time, it was to be able to find a job. First, it was to, most likely than to find a job, was to launch my own businesses and to get some clients and maybe on the side to find a job to complete, to make it work. Because I knew that 10,000 Canadian dollars will not make me stay a long time and will not make it work. The thing is that I was never able to find any job online. I joined, I think, 2 or 3 different MLM that I believed in. I didn't jump into anything just to get in and to make some money. None of it worked at all, despite my best effort. Today, I'm at a point where I still haven't found anything. For the past 3 months or 4 months now, especially since my mother passed away in late February. She was the supporter, the financial supporter of myself and of my cat here, to be able to pay my rent, to pay my food and everything else. So it's not that I waited to be more active at finding something, some work, to make some money, that she passed, because it was an unexpected death. But I definitely worked since my ass off to find something, even to find anything. And this is something that I have done consistently every day, over and over. I apply everywhere online, but it's not everywhere that jobs are available for me. It's funny, how you can spend years and years in the workforce accumulating knowledge and skills, and when you need to find a job, there is nothing available. It will correspond to being a virtual assistant in the administrative section. I spent many years in administration, doing all the tasks that you can imagine, even data entry. And I even created an intranet system of communication within a oil refinery when I was still living in France. And there aren't many offers because I need to look for something to work remotely, but worldwide. So there aren't that many. And the one that I can find and I apply, there is no success yet. I have asked everywhere around here to people if they knew, if they had connections, even outside of Playa, in their original countries. I alienate pretty much the whole population that I know, and it's not that big, at Playa del Carmen, by asking for help one way or another. Even to do some small work, it didn't matter, and it still doesn't matter for me. Any way of making money to pay my rent is good. I am not picky. In 4 days, maybe 5, if depending on the intentions and the universe, I risk the eviction because I still haven't been able to gather the money for my rent of the month of May that I'm supposed to pay the 15th of the month. I was able to push 2 weeks back from the landlord. I don't think that it's gonna keep working any longer. And even if it looks like that I am smiling, I am taking the things very seriously. But at the same time, I refuse to go into more desperate mode and to whine all day long and to jump out the window. I am just quickly saying it just because it is Unfiltered, this series, and that's the truth. And I said I'm going to be honest, that it happened a few times that I thought about ending my life because it was so much pressure. And especially now, for the past month, I wasn't able to find anything. I don't know what kind of luck that it happened for March and April. Able to have a little bit of client here, to have 1 or 2 jobs there, temporary, like just a one-time job, and to make the money. And I am grateful that it happened, that I was able to pay my rent. But for the past month, nothing. I was able to find nothing at all. And that's the reality of the thing. That's the reality of this series. It's to share the struggle, to share what I am risking, to see what is going to happen, not like as if it's a fantastic movie that you see on the screen. It's my life. My life that I do my best to build a better way. And at the moment, it's just not moving. I don't have the money for the rent. I don't have money to buy food. I want to find a job. It's not that it's shameful to receive donation or that a stranger are helping any way they can, but it's because it's not a long-term solution. It is a temporary one, and I cannot insist enough by saying that I am beyond grateful for this. But it keeps, I don't know, slipping away or not happening. I applied, I think 2 weeks ago, to a job here at Playa that could have been even remote, and it was so ideal for me. And I didn't get it. I didn't even get into the interview. Which, when you look into the universe way of thinking, that's because there is something better. So when I am standing in a place where I have nothing, and that's why you have heard into yesterday's episode when I mentioned that my cat Onyx has kind of started a bit of eating strike, that her dry food that I have given her for the past month, she's not liking it and she's really not eating it. It's because the one that I am used to get her, which is not a great brand, it's a chow mein. It's something that you find at the grocery that there is not much possibilities here. But anyway, it's the one that she's accepting to eat. And I just not have any money to purchase it. So I am grateful for the donation that I received to give her something, except that she's so picky that she doesn't eat. So that's the whole thing. I have nothing left at the moment except myself. Sharing it with others, sharing what I do. I mentioned a little bit, but this part as well was cut off in the videos of the beginning of the day yesterday, that I have started to do some task on Taskverse platform where you have, depending on your profile and your qualification, access to some tasks, paid ones, but it is nothing guarantee. The ones that are available at the moment and the ones that I applied and that I'm going to receive some payments next week, only next week. I don't even know how much. You're paid $1 for the link that you are providing. And for the task, it's to provide a URL link for specifics, cultural nuances in countries. And it was for UAE. And for the past 3 days, I've worked on Germany and they have closed the submissions before that I had the time to submit it. So I lost a possible country to make some money. I have submitted for UAE last week, and I know that sadly many links were rejecting. This is something that you don't necessarily know what is going to be rejecting. It's not because you are downloading. You can earn up to $200 US. You just don't know if you're going to reach that and how much. I know that I have some links that have been accepted. I don't know how many, so I don't know how many money I'm going to make. But it's not going to be the rent that I need. I need to have $300 US dollars, frankly, to pay my rent. It's a small rent, but it seems to be a big one when you have nothing like I have at the moment. I triple, quadruple my time at spreading around for my private sessions that I offer outside. So for my own businesses, because I do not only put the focus on finding jobs on platform remotely, or I don't even know. I can't even ask around anymore because there is no connection here. There is no support. So it's only online, plus online, at least it's true that the goal for me is to be able to work from anywhere. So I don't necessarily want to have just a job here, but the fact that I have no paper here, it doesn't help me either at getting work here in Mexico. So it is a struggle at the same time. So I really have nothing. So that's why I'm sharing these videos. That's why I'm sharing pieces of myself, of my life, for you to see who I am, try to get to know me, to not be just a stranger anymore. Why would you be interested at following me? Why would it be any interest of you? To see if I'm going to make it, if I'm going to end up in the streets, if I'm going to be able to find a place somewhere to crash on the couch with my cat, if I'm going to be able to find some job I even put online to sell them on marketplace and if in different places. Some of my personal jewelry, they are not worth a lot. I've never had much money, but I keep reducing the price, but there is no one interested at any. So even from there, I can't make any money. I am an artist. I paint. You can see on my YouTube and everywhere that I'm posting some of my paintings. I am posting more of my paintings that are all obviously that have always been for purchase. It's not the situation that has changed anything. But when I post on Facebook, the only thing that I get is some spammers, some nobody's serious about purchasing or even asking questions. And here, the fact that I have no paper limits me of where I can feature my paintings and to sell them. And again, the thing that I believe that I always believed so much because it makes such a difference in anyone's life, not just that it could make potentially a difference in my life, but it makes a difference in your life because I'm sure that you have one way or another experiencing it in the past, and it's the word of mouth. And this is something that cannot work when people around you do not have the same definition as you do. And you're going to say that, well, they can be many definitions. I can promise you that apparently there are different definitions. So this is why I am filming all of this and sharing for you to get to know me, to get to know the situation, precarious the situation, and how much there is an urgency here. I said it again. I'm guessing maximum June 1st. And after that, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to keep you in the loop, obviously, for everything that I keep doing because it's not that I'm rolling my thumbs under the sun and drinking margarita and hoping for some miracles. I do hope for some miracles because I have seen for the past month so many miracles happening in my life. And I never thought it was possible.
Mon onyx d'amour, mon canari des champs, ma libellule d'amour, ma licorne sauvage, mon papillon d'amour, mon camembert d'Écosse. Oui, je t'aime tout plein, ma libellule, ma sauterelle. Oui, je t'aime tout plein, mon canard, mon cœur d'amour. Ta-da, ti-da-da-da, ti-da-di-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ti-di-di, ti-di-di-di, di-di-da-da-da-di-di-do. Ta-da-da-da-da, di-ti-ti-ti-di-da. Ti-da-di-da, di-di-do, ti-di-da.
Yep, we are very close to one another right now. So it's a super close up for you. You heard some French? I am originally from France. This is kind of a bit of a frustration that I want to share when one's on the spiritual path, and I am definitely into one. And I am at the moment experiencing a period, a time, a moment, I don't know, how do you want to explain it, where nothing is moving. It's kind of a stuck, or maybe it's the beginning of something new. And like many beginning, it's super slow, but slow to the point that nothing is moving. One or the other, I don't know. But being on a spiritual path and at the level where I am on the spectrum of awakening. It's about making sure that my vibration is as often as possible and as long as possible higher. So having different tools and doing different things, which I do my best. But it doesn't change anything that it's a tough place to maintain, especially now that I am so deep into the nothingness, nothing, that I have no money, that I don't know in if 4 or 5 days at best, I'm going to end up in the streets, that I'm not going to find anyone to lend me a couch to stay because I can't afford to go anywhere or to pay for any place. So reacting like this, and as you can see, this is bringing my vibration down when we speak on energetic level. Because this is a reality that there is this unknown. So there is this constant frustration right now on taking the time or having time to work on those limiting beliefs that I know from the universe laws that have a major, if it's not could be, so not English, the main slowdown into what is happening or not manifesting in the physical world. Taking the time to work on those false beliefs or those limiting beliefs and breaking them down so they are not impacting me, so they cannot keep slowing me down and slowing the whole process of finding a job and finding some money. And day after day that I manage to do that, but I do not see anything moving, because I said that it's not from yesterday, as you could say that, well, you're a bit impatient, it takes a little bit longer. It's like, no, it's been a while now. And then I'm like, so not necessarily what's the point of going through all of those limiting beliefs and breaking them down? What's the point of gaining so much, being so much stronger, so much determination, of being so much more empowered that I've never been in my life, and yet nothing is moving? You know, when we say that there is a before and there is an after, just like the pictures were showing the difference. Well, I can feel and I can see the difference within me. I am not the same me that I was even a month ago. I have done so many transformation on myself, but it doesn't take anything away of the, well, in the physical world, money is not here. And I don't know why it is not coming. It is even worse of experiencing it alone, of not having really support, opening connections, word of mouth, all of this. As you can see, an emotional day. I managed to find some time to post everywhere again about the jewelry that I'm selling to make some money, but to put the description in Spanish and with, again, a reduced price. And I think I'm not even finished. I'm going through all the different Facebook groups, marketplace. I don't know where the day went. Sometimes I feel like days haven't been existed. It's like we are already the end of Thursday. And I look back behind and I swear yesterday was Sunday. I didn't know where the time flew by. I appreciate everyone who watched the first episode of Broke But Not Broken and who subscribed. I appreciate that so much. Everyone who joined as well the WhatsApp group, Revin's Unfiltered Diary, that you find a link in the description as well. It's just that everywhere, every day, the links will be found there for the videos. If you feel that you would like to support more, there are some links down below. Tipping jar on my PayPal and Wise transfer account. This is not an obligation. I do not expect anything, but it will deeply be appreciated. That's for sure. Thank you for sharing as well. It matters a lot. With everything that is happening, I know that I am not, that my situation is not unique, but every situation for everyone is worth being seen, being heard, being supported. Thank you for everyone who joined this adventure, and definitely subscribe or follow depending on where you are looking and watching. And we'll see what is going to happen with the two job position that I applied. Am I gonna get any answer? We'll see that in the next episode tomorrow. Bye, everyone.